Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 80 cryptocurrencies by market cap. We're going to start with Dash, where's Dash, followed by XDC, JUP, GT, Bonk, Kick, Pengu, Fetch, Virtual, and then we'll end it with Immutable. And number 80, let's get straight into it. Dash against USD. So for Dash, Dash is actually in a bullish trend. We are already above the skinny pink line. My take is more likely than not, we're going to continue higher. This is such a random move that came in, right? And so we're anticipating the possibility of Dash heading higher. But it would be awesome though if Dash dropped down to this area first before a stronger bounce comes in. So that's Dash for you. Previously, for Dash, we actually had a target over here way back in February 2024. We actually had a target for $21, and eventually we did fall lower. So yeah, we'll consider the target to be hit, right? But we became something else in the sense that, we were anticipating this head and shoulders to complete before heading lower, but we rose even higher, and this whole thing became the left shoulder. We completed the head, right shoulder, and that's it, we dropped. So $21 is hit, but we missed $15 because after hitting $21, we started to turn bullish in the sense that we created lower highs, and eventually, bam, the trend switched bullish. So the moment we take out the right shoulder, we invalidate the chart pattern. So this was the head and shoulders. We actually did invalidate it, but we went a little bit higher before coming back lower. So my take is, Dash is already in a bullish trend right now, and so continuation towards the upside is expected for Dash. The XDC against USD. That was the JUP. So here we are for XDC. So XDC, in my opinion, is completing a potential ABCDE. But we have to fall lower first, and we're already under the skinny pink line, so the trend is bearish. So more likely than not, we're gonna head lower. My take is we're heading back under 4 cents. Jupiter, JUP against USD. So JUP is also in a bearish trend. We have a target fresh out of the oven at 20 cents. Right now we're at 27 cents. So a little bit more downside for Jupiter. I don't think Jupiter is done yet. I think more likely than not, we're gonna head lower. This was a mountain range, and then we got something like a head and shoulders over here, and we broke lower. There seems to be a rally right now, but I still do think we're heading towards 20 cents. So a little bit more downside. This whole thing could be a falling channel that could be about to break higher. So Jupiter is actually Solana dependent. So as long as Solana is bearish, Jupiter is going to be bearish as well. We still have the skinny pink line to guide us, to tell us whether the trend is bullish or bearish. So right now it is bearish. So 20 cents is expected for Jupiter. Gate against USD. Here we are for Gate. Okay, so Gate has hit targets. Ta-da! So we were anticipating Gate to head towards $14. We actually did overshoot the target. Right now, potentially we could be in a reversal. But again, even for Gate as well, I would expect Gate to drop back to under $10. Right, potentially we might even clear these lows down to this noisy area. All right, look at this noisy area. Right, at around sub $8. This would be ideal though. But again, Gate could just start turning bullish from here. Right, we're under the skinny pink line, so the trend is largely bearish. So that's Gate for you. Gate token is bearish, so more downside is to be expected. Bonk against USD. Okay, so Bonk also looks very scary. Right, if you look at Bonk from a bearish perspective, right, this is a mountain range. Mountain. We drop. And then we form mountains again, and we drop. Now we are quite oversold. There should be a rally soon. If and when the rally comes in, will we get another mountain range? Will this whole thing become something like a descending triangle? Big mountain 1, mountain 2, we get a mountain 3, we drop even lower. A big collapse for Bonk. Is it possible? At the same time, if we do not take out these lows, right, and we start rallying from here, this whole thing could become a very, very nice ABCDE, and Bonk hits higher. Right. But it's a meme coin though, so I'm not too sure whether Bonk is going to do that. Right, I'm leaning towards the downside, to be honest. But we still need to see a rally first, and then only do we consider maybe entering for shorts for Bonk. Pancake swap, we still have our target towards the upside for Pancake swap. As long as Pancake is ranging over here, right, down and up and down and up and down and up. This is great. If and when the break comes, I think we're going to go beyond $14. We're probably going to go much higher. Taking out these highs, I'm going to assume at $27. Very likely we're going to go higher. But right now, we are still in the accumulation phase. I suspect the kick wheels might drop a bit lower to clear these sell clusters first before reversing back up. High possibility. So that's kick for you. Next would be Pengu. Pudgy Penguins. So Pengu is also bearish. Again, the bullish potential is there. Can you see it? A, B coming down for a C. Again, I think this would be fantastic if we could clear the wicks over here, right? Dropping down to this noisy area to around 5,162, 5,002, sub 5,002. Right now at 12,461. So we're quite far away. So there's still a lot over here, a lot of meat here. Right, but we're quite oversold though. Ideal conditions is that we rally first, right? Like for example, right, when we were going higher, right, for Pengu, we'll have to wait for this to happen first. And then only do we go for the long. So if we were to go short for Pengu, we'll have to wait for the rally first before we go short for Pengu. So that's my take for Pudgy Penguins. Artificial Intelligence, Super Intelligence Alliance, fetch against USD. Yeah, no, we're still in a bearish trend under the skinny pink line. Bearish continuation chart patterns. Head and shoulders. This whole thing is a descending triangle. Can you see it's a descending triangle? You can see 3 mountains, right? Big, medium, small, smaller, and then we collapsed, you see. So yeah, but I'm still leaning towards the downside for Fetch. I still suspect Fetch is going to clear these lows, dropping down to this noisy area. We might even just clear the bottom here first, right? Maybe sub 8 cents though. But the noisy area over here would be at around 10 cents. So I'm still leaning to 10 cents for Fetch. But the fear I have for Fetch is this whole thing could become a head and shoulders. Okay, that would be very gloomy. And then Fetch could collapse far lower beyond the lows over here. Highly possible. So it depends upon the strength of the rally. If this was a strong rally back up, okay, and that's a different story, right? If we could take out these highs, we go beyond $1.20, right? That's fantastic. But yeah, again, for the moment, I think Fetch is gonna hit much lower. Virtual, same thing. Virtual, like Pudgy Penguins, is also potentially in a squeeze, right? Can you see this squeeze? Right, lower highs, potentially higher lows as well. This whole thing could also become an ABCD, right? And virtual goes higher. Absolutely possible. Look at how bullish virtual was, right? Anything for us to work with over here? I would say no, nothing much though. We'll still have to wait for something clearer to appear first, right? Either we get a proper wave E over here, or we drop lower, and this whole thing is still a wave C, right? A, B, and the whole thing is a wave C. A, B, C, and we get a D, E before hitting higher, right? So yeah, again, it's still uncertain, right? BTC is in a bearish trend, so it's safer to lean bearish for virtual. Immutable X, very disappointing. If you look at Immutable X, right, we also had a very high potential over here, right, for nice squeeze here. But the moment we take out these lows, the bottom of a wave A, that's it. It's gone. The whole chart pattern is gone. So we've already taken it out. Right. There is a strong rally, but we failed to break above the skinny pink line. And more likely than not, again, I still think we're going to clear the wicks over here at 21 cents. So more downside to be expected. We'll probably get another bearish continuation chart pattern over here. It's going to look something like a head and shoulders, something like that. But this is a lower low. So not an ideal kind of a head and shoulders, you see. Lower low, lower low. Yeah, no, not ideal. So we'll have to wait for a bearish chart pattern first. There should be a rally soon though. So yeah, there you go. That's our take for the top 80. Hope you guys have a great day ahead of you. See you in the next one. Ta-da!